Good morning. It's Wednesday, August 20th. Here's what we're working on. Air Canada flights within North America are expected to ramp up this morning as operations restart.
Hamilton confirms its first case of the Eastern equine encephalitis virus in horses since 2019.
And George Springer and Alejandro Kirk show off some old tricks to help the Jays beat the Pirates. Thanks so much for joining us on this Wednesday. It's kind of a gray day today. Not just in our wardrobe, which is quite accidental, but in the skies as well.
It's a pretty gray outside this morning. You're right. It's fairly misty. We've had some shower. I know it was raining. You mentioned when you came in this
quite
morning.
A bit.
Yeah, and we had a lot of rain. Yeah, we had about 15 millimeters of precipitation yesterday. So it really came down in a lot of areas, and we could get more today. So we've had some throughout the overnight, some showers. We could get some today, again, on and off showers, drizzle tonight as well, even into tomorrow morning. So it's not going to go away until tomorrow afternoon, and we'll get back into some sunshine. But interestingly enough, our temperature right now is sitting at 20, and the forecast high for the day is 20. So not a lot of change there from what we have at the moment. So pretty gray day. That's the way it looks, and we'll talk about that coming up. Right now, a quick check on traffic. Wet roads, of course, to contend with this morning. Nothing happening here at the 403 and Waterdown Road. All moving nicely. Just a few MTO traffic cameras. See if we can find anything. I have been looking, and nope, there's nothing going on. QEW, Grays Road, Stony Creek, Toronto bound away from us. Toronto bound now towards us, top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge. It's busy, but it's moving okay. Nothing here east of 4th, but yes, of course, we do have the wet roads, so be careful. We'll look at weather and traffic coming up. Right now, the news.
Okay, thanks very much. Well, Air Canada flights within North America are expected to resume this morning as planes get back in the air after that 3-day flight attendant strike. Simone Gavros is live at Toronto Pearson Airport with the latest this morning.
Annette, even though we are going to see some of those flights taking off again today, Air Canada is warning that it could take up to 10 days to get everything back to normal again. There could be some more cancellations today as well, as they are still working to stabilize those schedules. Here's more from some frustrated passengers here at Pearson yesterday.
I booked a new flight on WestJet. I got to go to Calgary and Regina. It's about $1,000 more, and I get in really late, so I have to spend a night in Regina.
I've got a hotel until tonight. Might have to rebook a hotel. I can always claim it on insurance, but it's not gonna. It's kind of put a dampener on my holiday, you know.
We're going to Edmonton. Right. And we're actually seriously thinking of renting a car and driving from Toronto to Edmonton. You know, if we have to go 3,000 kilometers, well, hell, I mean, I'm not waiting until we have tickets for Saturday. And I can't wait till Saturday.
Now, the first flight started taking off yesterday from Toronto to Japan, Vancouver to LA, and Montreal to Vancouver. Pearson Airport launched more staff across terminals and baggage areas to help with the startup of operations. Roughly 500,000 passengers have had their flights canceled since the strike started, and lots of passengers are still stuck in limbo, while others, as you heard, are getting creative, looking into driving home to get there quicker. Air Canada says that customers with canceled flights can get a full refund or credit if they can't rebook on another flight. But yesterday, contact center wait times were over 2.5 hours as people looked for answers. And this morning here at Pearson, we're going to be talking to some more passengers here. I did see at the front of the arrivals and departures area, there were some people getting ready to go on those Air Canada flights and pulling up in that area. So we're going to be talking to people to hear more about their experience here. For now, things back over to you, Rick.
Thanks, Simone. The number of people experiencing homelessness in Hamilton has jumped to more than 2,000. The most recent numbers since May show only those who are accessing services and agree to be part of the data collecting system.
We are seeing many youth who are experiencing homelessness or living close to the edge of homelessness. The number of families who are experiencing homelessness is exceptionally high. Our family shelter and overflow beds are full year-round, and we're turning people away.
Agencies like the Good Shepherd that run shelters say another challenge they face is tracking people down for doctor or housing appointments when they're moved around so frequently.
Another mosquito-borne illness has been recorded in Hamilton, this time in a horse. Eastern equine encephalitis is typically found in wild birds, and it's transmitted by mosquitoes. Horses tend to be the first to develop illness from it. This is Hamilton's first case of EEE since 2019. To date, there have been no human cases caused by the virus in Hamilton. The city's public health says most people bitten by a mosquito infected with EEE won't have any symptoms. However, there are rare cases of inflammation of the brain.
The OPP are looking for an offender wanted on a Canada-wide warrant in our region. 36-year-old Michael Locklear is serving an almost 8-year sentence for 4 counts of sexual assault. He's known to be in Hamilton, Brantford, Simcoe, and Delhi. He's 6'2", 200 pounds, with brown hair and green eyes. He has a tattoo of a broken heart on his right hand and a flower and sun on his right arm.
More thefts have been reported from cemeteries in Norfolk County. Thieves are targeting brass and bronze nameplates, screws, and an urn to sell for scrap metal. The OPP says several incidents have been reported in 4 Norfolk cemeteries: Bayview in Port Rowan, Sacred Heart in Langton, Port Dover Cemetery, and Delhi Cemetery. Police are urging anyone who visits or lives near a cemetery to report anything unusual or suspicious. The Canadian military has suspended 5 soldiers after a video allegedly showing them performing Nazi salutes. The accusations involve soldiers from the Royal 22nd Regiment in Quebec. The video, recorded in 2023, surfaced when a member of the public shared it with military officials. Army Commander Lieutenant General Michael Wright says he's deeply disturbed by the footage, adding that any soldier who takes part in hateful conduct will be held accountable. Now, some experts are calling for stronger screening measures to root out extremists in the military. The RCMP laid terror charges earlier this summer against other force members in Quebec, accused of plotting to form an anti-government militia. Those killed during the Second World War attack on Dieppe, France, have been remembered on Hamilton's beachfront. Yesterday was the 83rd anniversary of the Dieppe raid, where 197 members of the Royal Hamilton Light Infantry were killed. All 582 members of the RHLI who fought at Dieppe were honored at the Memorial Park on Hamilton's Beach Boulevard. Thousands were killed in the one-day raid of Nazi forces.
When you look at the movie Saving Private Ryan in the opening scene, when the ramp on the landing craft goes down and the machine gun bullets come in and everyone just crumples down, that's what happened.
It breaks my heart here to know that these people went onto the beach, you know, and many of them didn't know really why.
Organizers say the turnout at the memorial service in Hamilton gets smaller every year because there are no living members of the Rileys who fought at Dieppe.
Sportsline, it was fun while it lasted, but St. Catharines' run at the Minto Cup has come to an abrupt end. Led by Cody Molosky's 4 goals and Ryan Colsey's hat-trick, the defending champion Coquitlam Adirondacks downed the Athletics 14-11 last night in the tournament semifinal. That sets up a best-of-3 final between Coquitlam and the Orangeville Northmen. It begins tomorrow night at the Meridian Center with Game 2 on Friday and Game 3, if necessary, on Saturday.
Deep drive to center field, and it is gone. What a shot to straightaway center, and George Springer has hit his 20th home run of the season.
George Springer hit a 2-run bomb in the second inning as the Blue Jays got back into the win column with a 7-3 victory over the Pirates. Alejandro Kirk smacked his 10th long ball of the season, and Max Scherzer allowed just 1 run over 6 innings to collect his 220th career win. The rubber match at PNC Park is set for this afternoon. By the way, an MRI shows Vladdy Guerrero Jr. has no damage to his hamstring. It's just inflamed. A day after getting his first big league hit, Burlington's Owen Casey smashed his first home run. The Cubs outfielder hit a 381-foot blast at Wrigley Field and had a 2-run single to lead Chicago over the Brewers 6-4. The 23-year-old Casey went 2 for 4 with 3 RBI. Hamilton Cardinals ace Owen Boone has won the Ted Early Memorial Trophy as the best pitcher in the Inter-County Baseball League. The right-hander won 6 of his 12 starts, had 88 strikeouts, and a league-best 1.80 ERA. The All-Star tossed the IBL's first no-hitter since 1977 and Hamilton's first since 1958. Boone is also the first Cardinal to win the award since Joel Garton 28 years ago. Aruba eliminated Canada from the Little League World Series with a 6-1 victory. A Little Mountain team from Vancouver, and the bases loaded in the 4th inning but could not score a run. Canada finished the tournament with 1 win and 2 losses. The U.S. beat the Canadian men's wheelchair basketball team 70-57 to advance to the final of the IWBF America's Cup. Canada will play host Colombia for the bronze today. The America's Cup is a qualification tournament for the 2026 World Championship in Ottawa next month. Hamilton United goalkeeper Madeleine Boucher earned a clean sheet yesterday in Ontario's 4-0 win over PEI in their opening match of the Canada Summer Games in St. John's. Ontario's next match is tomorrow against Manitoba. The annual Fox 40 Academy Camp for prospective basketball officials is wrapped up at Mohawk College. Legendary referee Ron Foxcroft says the camp offered up-and-coming officials a glimpse of what it takes to become a great hoops official.
We have 60 candidates. That's all we can properly handle. And we have about a dozen mentors here and instructors that are all seasoned basketball referees that are teaching them basically from the experience that they've learned in refereeing on the floor.
In affiliation with the Hamilton Board of Approved Basketball Officials, the camp has helped basketball referees reach their potential since 1988.
Okay, it's 11 minutes after 6 o'clock. It's a pretty cloudy, wet Wednesday morning here, 20th of the month already. Let's say we check traffic. All right, let's have a look at the 403 on Waterdown Road. That's our exclusive camera. It's busy coming out of Hamilton, but it's moving okay, so nothing really there. Let's go into St. Catharines, check some cameras there. You can see how wet the roads are through here. Still getting some showers, some mist and drizzle. QEW Martindale, nothing in traffic. Grays Road, Stony Creek, all the way through the 403 junction. So Toronto bound away from Hamilton, heading away from us actually. Ford Plant, we did have an earlier problem, disabled vehicle, Niagara bound, but that's now gone. And here's a look at the QEW Dixie, a little drier through that area. All right, let's get to our temperature, what we have at the moment. I mentioned earlier we were 20. Temperature's just fallen a degree this hour. We're now sitting at 19. Winds are light, humidity is right up there, and you can see it. We have mist, we have some drizzle, we have a lot of cloud cover. Air quality risk for today in the low risk category. No problem there. There's no smoke across southern Ontario. Here's a look at our radar picture from the past 6 hours. It's a loop, keeps repeating. We've had some showers, some thunderstorms to the south of us, but they were heavy at times throughout the overnight. They've tapered off and moving away now. We have that area of low pressure crossing us, giving us the instability. It's going to stick around today, tonight, into the early part of the day tomorrow, and then later in the day that ridge of high is going to start to give us some sunshine, yay, as the day progresses. So today, temperatures, well, below seasonal, 20 to 22 degrees, but 25 and 26 to the south and to the west into Brantford, Ashwegan as well, but 21 degrees for Halton Peel into Toronto. There's that chance of showers for the day. Again, some areas could get showers tonight. Temperatures generally sitting about 16 for the Horseshoe, 17 for Toronto. And then tomorrow, the temps are going to be a little bit better, 23 and 24 degrees, 25 again for Cayuga and Simcoe. There's that showers activity to start the morning, and then we're going to see the sunshine come back to us for later in the day. So stepping out the door, 20th morning of August, we're looking at cloudy skies. Some areas still getting some light drizzle. Temperature right now, 19. Long range coming up. Annette, right?
Okay, in the short range, we will say good morning after this next break to Emily Vukovic. She's got a preview of what's to come in Chit Chat. And now that the Air Canada labour dispute's been settled, mediators are heading to the postal talks. It's 6:16. Let's say good morning to Emily with what she has coming up in Chit Chat.
Hi, good morning. Colin Farrell risks it all in a brand new Netflix film. Ozzy Osbourne's documentary, which details his final years, has been pulled from the BBC. And later on this morning, we will take a look at Diane Lane and Kyle Chandler's new movie, Anniversary.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks very much. Taking a look at business right now in overseas trading, the Canadian dollar is down another 8 basis points. It's at 72 cents even. Gold is up more than $6 an ounce. Crude oil is 81 cents higher at $62.58 a barrel. Midday trading in Europe, markets are down in London, Frankfurt, and Paris.
Over in Asia, markets were down big time in Tokyo, but up in Hong Kong and Shanghai. And on North American markets, the TSX lost almost 100 points at close yesterday. The Dow gained 10, the Nasdaq lost over 300 points.
Canada Post and the union representing postal workers are set to resume bargaining today. There was a delay in restarting talks last week because of a lack of federal mediators with the strike at Air Canada. The postal talks resume as Canada Post upholds a ban on overtime work. Negotiations have been going on for more than a year and a half, with unionized workers rejecting the last offer a few weeks ago. It included wage hikes of around 13% over 4 years, but the addition of part-time workers.
The union representing support workers at Ontario colleges are also heading back to the bargaining table after 77% of members voted to authorize a strike on Friday. The College Employer Council, the bargaining agent for Ontario's publicly funded colleges, says the union's demands would add $900 million in costs. According to the council, those demands include 6 additional paid days off and 10 paid days off for family care. OPSEU says nearly 10,000 college faculty and staff have either lost their jobs or are projected to be let go amid hundreds of program cancellations and suspensions.
Canadian universities are embracing generative artificial intelligence as more students and instructors opt to use the technology. McGill University, the University of Toronto, and York are among those adopting certain AI tools, saying that they can actually enhance learning. For example, AI could help students summarize academic research or assist professors in course planning. A survey done late last year by the online learning platform Studiosity found that 78% of Canadian students surveyed say they use AI to study or complete their schoolwork.
The movie theater business grew last year, but was still short of its pre-pandemic highs. Statistics Canada releases a snapshot of the state of the movie theaters every 2 years. Its 2024 report shows operating revenues hit $1.6 billion, up 12% from 2022. StatsCan says that's a rebound from COVID-era restrictions, but still just over 13% below the record $1.9 billion seen in 2018.
Well, even though TikTok faces a possible ban in the United States, the White House has joined the app. The official account launched ahead of a September 17th deadline for TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, to sell to a U.S. buyer or be banned in that country. President Donald Trump has already delayed enforcement 3 times, despite concerns over national security. The first post has Donald Trump saying, quote, "I am your voice," with the caption reading, "America, we are back. What's up, TikTok?" That account drew more than 20,000 followers on its first day.
Chinese toy maker Pop Mart is riding a global wave of success thanks to its viral Ugly Cute Labubu doll. The company reported a 396% jump in net profit and a 200% surge in revenue, far exceeding expectations. The toothy grin Labubu, sold in mystery blind boxes, has become a worldwide phenomenon, fueled by celebrity fans like Blackpink's Lisa, Rihanna, and David Beckham. Pop Mart is now outvalues toy industry giants like Mattel and Sanrio. Its CEO says Labubu sales could hit 10 million units per day by September.
And those are just the legit sales. You know how popular they are when you see so many counterfeit Labubus.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, we're taking a quick break right now. Brian is going to be back, the real Brian, not the counterfeit, on traffic in your 7-day forecast.
6:23 already, Wednesday morning, and a wet one in a lot of areas, particularly going through Niagara, as you can see here. QEW Glendale, our MTO traffic camera, no problems as far as traffic is concerned, but still getting some showers through this area of St. Catharines. Not as bad here at the top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge, precipitation-wise, but it's fairly slow as far as traffic is concerned. No collisions, not a lot of volume east of 4th, Lorne Park through Mississauga, even the 403 south of the 401. looks pretty good at the moment, so no problems on the roads. It could be a little bit greasy, a little slippery because of the wetness that we've had. Temperature this morning, we're now sitting at 19 degrees, 18 for Mississauga, but 20 as we go through Grimsby and for Toronto. So seasonal temperatures for this time of year, 25 for the daytime high. We haven't been there in a couple of days. Didn't get there yesterday. Got to about 22 yesterday. 14 for the overnight low. Sun times. Sun doesn't come up another 6 minutes. 6:30 is sunrise this morning. 8:15 it goes down. So yeah, some showers for the day today, but no smoke once again. Here's our forecast map. You can see there's some smoke off to the east coast, but that's not bothering southern Ontario whatsoever. We don't have any. It's all the way out to the west, as I mentioned yesterday as well. So today, the temperature is only going to climb to 20 degrees, so cooler than yesterday. Humidex of 28 with that chance of scattered showers. Tonight, 16, chance of showers, drizzle. Tomorrow, 23. We'll start off with some showers, so unsettled in the morning, but then we'll start to see some sun. Sun for Friday. Enjoy it Friday at 26 degrees because by Saturday it's cloudy with showers. Showers linger Sunday, Monday, even into Tuesday. That's your forecast. Annette, Rick.
All right, thank you, Brian. At a nice French restaurant, you expect a good wine list, but one Michelin-listed spot in northern England is making waves for what's not alcoholic.
La Popote in Cheshire, England offers a full menu of bottled water. There are 3 still options and 4 sparkling. It reflects a growing trend towards non-alcoholic dining. The water sommelier at La Popote says it's the first restaurant in Britain to offer a dedicated water menu and one of only a few worldwide. The curated selection features waters from Britain, France, Spain, and Portugal. Prices are equivalent to about $8 to $36 Canadian a bottle. You can still get tap water, though, for free.
Those are nice looking bottles, but $36 for a bottle of water?
Mm-hmm. Although I find like water does, different types of water have
different tastes?
Very different tastes.
Yes, very much so. Yeah, including here in Canada, the
yes,
bottled water. Yeah. The non-fancy kind.
The right out of the tap.
I would, and this is a Michelin-starred restaurant.
Yes.
I'd probably go with the tap water, to be honest. It's probably good.
Yeah.
Stay with us, more to come after the break here on Morning Live.
We're going to get a drink of water.
Yes.
Our own.